Liberation greetings to all and sundry, my dear people of Ambazonia, my dear people of the southern Cameroons. Accept greetings from me, Comrade John Akuro. Today is August 25, 2022, and I'm delighted to be here once more. And I promised the last time that we were going to talk about the challenges faced by sons and daughters of the southern Cameroons who are serving in the armed forces of La République du Cameroon, be them in the police corps, be them the gendarmerie, be them JPing, JPIC, the B, the Presidential Guard, the Special Forces, the DGRO, and all of that. So today we will do a little zoom first on the police corps. But before I get to that, I really want to extend hearty salutes to all our people on Ground Zero. I want to congratulate you all for continuing to hold it very strong. It's hard, really hard, that I know. We're 8 years into this. No one really expected that this was going to be easy, because what we're talking about here is freedom. What we're talking about here is making sure we restore the sovereignty of our land. What we are talking about here is completing a decolonization process that has taken just too long. And so therefore, you don't expect that the people of La République du Cameroun, especially the governing class, who are feeding fat from the resources that they derive from the southern Cameroons, will just get up one morning and let us go, just like that. You see, for example, Chantal Biya and her friend, the wife of Adolphe Modiki, are the ones enjoying all the resources that are being tapped from drilling crude oil from the backwaters of Ndian and Fako counties in the southern Cameroons. They are the ones. Not a single human being from the southern Cameroons is involved in that chain. Not one. And the lavish lifestyle that they are living is as a result of the resources gained from there. So you don't expect them to get up one cold morning and say, okay, now we're ready to give up those resources. That's even why Chantal Biya and Ferdinand Gongo have transformed Paul Biya into a prisoner. That's why Paul Biya is now a prisoner in his own palace, where he was roaring like a lion yesterday. Now, people wonder if he even knows where he is most of the time. People wonder what Chantal and Ferdinand Gongo are even doing, or should I say can even do. No, let's say are even doing right before his very eyes. People wonder whether it is the same Biya. Of course, we have seen in his name all kinds of horrible things are being done in his name. Our chiefs, our forms, when I held a meeting with Ferdinand Gongo, actually presided over by Paul Biya's picture, which was behind Ferdinand Gongo. Because the simple fact that his large effigy was standing there, they were saying, oh, this is the man. I don't know that the people of Ambazonia, the people of the southern Cameroons, were ever accustomed to having to be prepared to commit themselves to someone they have never seen in any public place in months. To commit themselves to someone who has not even realized that it would just make sense out of respect for the people to show up somewhere and open his own lips, even just on television, and announce that he will be candidate. Hiding wherever he is hiding, Paul Biya was able to declare his candidature on social media. Hiding wherever he was hiding, Paul Biya was able to submit the paperwork for his candidacy. Hiding wherever he was hiding, Paul Biya was selected by the electoral board, by members of the electoral board of Eleka. Hiding wherever he was hiding, Paul Biya's candidature was challenged at the Constitutional Council. He never showed up, never uttered one word in his own defense, but won. Hiding wherever he was hiding, Paul Biya's candidature was challenged by Akeremuna before the same Constitutional Council. He never showed up anywhere to make even a statement, even to a journalist anywhere. Not a single word, but he won again. And hiding wherever he's hiding, he's unlikely to even go out for any campaigns anywhere. He will win. Hiding wherever he's hiding, he has had ngaputs, lost souls, misguided individuals calling themselves our forms. These are people who normally are selected by the people to rule over them, to protect their interests. These Ngaputs went to Yaoundé and held a meeting with Paul Biya's picture, made commitments, and even claimed that they were giving our 100%. I saw some other ones too say they were our youths. Some other ones too say they are elite, and all of that nonsense. My people of Ambazonia, all that struggle that you are seeing is Chantal Biya and Ferdinand Gongo with all their supporters telling themselves it is going to be over their dead body that they will relinquish power. So Paul Biya has to be locked in a room somewhere, even though put him on life support for the next 50 years. So they continue to use his picture and rule. They are going to do that. And as a result, they are going to be doing everything to hang on to our resources, because they need those resources. That is what they are after, to live that lavish lifestyle. So therefore, you should understand, this was definitely not going to be an easy fight. We will fight, because many before us, many other entities before us faced the same challenges, but the end result was success. The only thing they never ever did was give up. They kept fighting. I've taken the case of the people of East Timor, the country now known as Timor-Leste. They fought, and at one point it was even clear that they were even clearly defeated. They never accepted defeat. They fortified themselves, reorganized themselves, and they staged a comeback. And when they came back, mighty Indonesia, at a time with over 250 million people, were unable to undo Timor-Leste with less than 1 million people at the time. With less than 1 million people at the time. In our case, we are well over 8 million. Don't mind the official statistics of La République du Cameroun that put us at about 5 or so million. We were well over 8 million. Because don't forget, in 1961, when they were saying the population of La République du Cameroun was 3.6 million people, they were counting the southern Cameroons at 800,000 people. Look at the proportion. We have never had an epidemic in our land, so nobody should fool you. Just like they play with everything, they've always played with statistics because they want to downplay our numbers, so that they try to use that. Even that cannot work for them, because Timor-Leste, even to date, is not up to 1.5 million people. It's a free, independent country, sovereign, and has a seat at the United Nations. So my people of Ambazonia, this was always going to be a difficult task. It is difficult, but it is not impossible. We need to know this, and I meant to share this first before I get into the statistics that I have here today. I meant to share this to all of us, that every dream, plan, or vision must be tested. Every dream, plan, or vision must be tested. Just so too is the dream, the plan, and the vision of the people of Ambazonia to accede finally to self-determination. It has to be tested. And so for 8 years, La République du Cameroun and its allies on the international scene are testing the limits of our determination. Several times, they have tried to write us off. But often, they come back and say, it's like this thing is not going to die. The citizens of La République du Cameroun have now resorted to calling it La Nébuleuse. And when they say La Nébuleuse, it's something that they are telling you it is here to stay. My dear people of Ambazonia, we are not the first that faced organizational challenges at some point in their liberation movement. We are not the first. We are not the first that faced internal greed, with some individuals taking advantage of the people's sufferings and the people's desire for freedom to make illicit gains or to betray for personal gains. There are people who are always ready to make gains on the blood of their brethren. We have witnessed those. There are those who will be internally with us, swearing that they are with us and all or not, whereas they are planted there to make sure that we fail. It happened in every other struggle, but they ended up losing, because those who are fighting for freedom always make sure they overcome the limits of this test. So when the tests come, you cannot give up. We are facing the test now. They have arrested I mean, the leadership of this liberation struggle several times. They have killed others. For the voices in the bushes, they have killed and killed. Each time they kill someone, they said it was the most dreaded general. They killed the one they said the most dreaded. They killed that said the most dreaded. And if you want to see the number of most dreaded, let's say they have killed, there will be over 100. I'm going by the Guardian Post newspapers count. But never do they tell you that those same self-deserved volunteers have downed dreaded La République du Cameroon soldiers, like those that fell in an ambush in the southern Cameroons today, this day, the 25th of August, 2025. So therefore, my people, we should have expected this. So when those trials come, when the testing comes, don't give up. The answer to the trial phase of our goals should always be that 10-letter word called commitment. The 10-letter word called commitment. As long as we remain committed, as long as we remain glued, focused on our goal to achieve that freedom, we will overcome the test phase. We will overcome the testing phase. We will overcome the challenges that are being erected before us and that are going to be used as an imagery to try to drown our belief in that freedom that we are seeking. They have done everything to cause us to hate even our freedom. They have turned even some of us whom we knew as diehards to start calling ourselves defense volunteers thieves, bandits, idiots, mere kidnappers, because they infiltrated their ranks with multiple kidnappers. And of course, in the process, corrupted some of ours. So at the end of the day, it will be easy to generalize. Despite that, those that are in to fight for the liberation of the southern Cameroons truly have remained true to themselves. They are fair. They are there. They are fighting. They are making life difficult for Mr. Paul Biya's thugs in our land. They have tried to use that to discourage even those of us who continue to come to mobilize the people, to sensitize everyone, to inspire everyone, and to encourage ourselves. A lot of our activists who are on social media, those talking heads, encouraging people, mobilizing people, beating the base, some of them too have been afflicted by the discouragement syndrome. The last time I launched a clarion call, I said, come back. You have taken some rest. You have regained some energy. Come back. This thing was never meant to be easy. This thing, we had agreed from the point go that we will only stop at freedom land. So I can understand that sometimes you may get burnt out. You may tire out. You may get drained and you feel like you need to, relax. Not everyone has the tenacity to hang on and on and on and on without ever drawing back, without ever relenting. Some people get burnt out, they go and they come back. Some may go and even end up allowing themselves to be convinced to turn against the very wishes and aspirations that they upheld yesterday. But what we must know is that in every liberation movement, you have the challenging phases of struggling, of the people trying to get to common ground, of the people trying to get to some level of synergy, of the people testing various approaches and fine-tuning them until they finally get to that place where they get the workable strategy. And at that point, the impact will be felt. We are charging on. We are not stopping. We are not relenting. Despite the insults, despite the verbal attacks even from those who are supposed to be fighting on the same side with us, despite the mockery, I've been victim of that mockery a lot. Some have come and even told me terrible, ugly, even things about my personal life on my platform, hoping that with those they will shut me down. Say, no, I will not be shut down. Because those self-defense volunteers standing on the front lines have not been shut down, I will never be shut down. Because those buy-am-sell-ams, those truck pushers, those bike riders, those taxi drivers, those small retailers have refused to give up and are continuing to respect our ghost towns every Monday, I cannot give up. I can't. Because those who are the one-man soldiers donating every day, working multiple jobs to sacrificing when others have given up, because these ones are still there and still making sure that we are still building on the strengths that we had developed before. I am not giving up. You too should not give up. I've always said, when you get up in the morning, you are feeling frustrated about the way things are going, do something. Don't only sit there and be getting frustrated. The time will come when opportunity will meet our preparation. And that time is not far. And we will do the needful. And you start asking yourselves, but is this how easy this whole thing had to be? This is what it is. We're involved in a fight for our very existence. I mean, a fight for our very existence. A lot of our people across the world are now realizing that the citizenships they have across the world are paper citizenships. And people are coming to terms with that reality. Today, more than ever before, that there is nowhere like home. That is why we must do everything to make sure we possess our homeland. Let me share this thought by Joan Goethe. Joan Goethe said, talk about commitment. He put it in this way. He said, until one is committed, there is hesitance. Did you hear that? Until one is committed, there is hesitance. So if you are not committed, you're just coming in that, okay, let me just come into because other people are coming in to support this liberation movement. You have hesitance when things start becoming difficult. And when you have hesitance, there's the chance to draw back. There is one elemental truth, the ignorance of which skills countless ideas and plans, that the moment one commits oneself, then providence moves till all sorts of things occur to help one that will never have otherwise occurred. A whole stream of events, favors, and material assistance, which no man could have dreamed would come his way. Did you see that? So by remaining committed, by remaining focused, by remaining perseverance, by demonstrating resiliency, we will get to that place where the help we are all seeking will come. It will come and meet us. Because I hear some of you call me once in a while and ask that, so Massa, there's nothing that people are doing. People are not taking any contact with anybody anywhere and all of those things to do something. That time is coming. But what will attract that kind of help that we're talking about? What will attract that kind of assistance that will take us across the finish line? What will attract that incredible and indispensable push will only be our commitment. Commitment. So that's why Joan Goethe concludes by saying, whatever you can do or dream, you can begin. Whatever you can do or dream, you can begin. Boldness has genius power and magic in it. Begin now. We already started. Boldness has what? Genius power and magic in it. Begin it now. We already begun. We already started. Those of you only coming in now too, perhaps you are just beginning. But we have to be there. That is where we have to be. So it must be clear in our minds that is where we have to be. So my dear people of Ambazonia, I want us to know that impossibilities vanish when the people begin to understand that with clear determination and focus, they can confront a mountain. So my dear people of Ambazonia, we have to stay firm, we have to stay resilient, we have to stay strong, we have to stay determined. That said, I want now to move on to the point of statistics. And there's a reaction that I had that I'm going to share from one of our brothers who is serving with the police force of La République du Cameroun. I've had, this one is written, that's why I will share it. But I've had several reactions from our brothers and sisters in uniform serving under La République du Cameroun. soldiers, gendarmes, those the presidential guard and all whatnot, for the most part, they tell me that what I said makes all the sense in the world. They tell me the malaise is real among them. They tell me the pain is too much. They tell me the humiliation is a daily reality. They tell me a good lot of the times at the war fronts, be when they are fighting Boko Haram in the northern regions of La République du Cameroon, or when they are sent to the front in the southern Cameroons, when they have to send people to the hottest places, 98% of the time, they are the ones that are sent to the front. But when it comes to sharing the booty, they are at the tail. When it comes to recognition, they are treated as aliens. Yet, they have remained committed. And I asked a good lot of them, what are you waiting for? For all of them who have called, just about 2 told me that your thing is a pipe dream. I'm not sure it will ever come to pass. So I don't want to sacrifice my life for something that will not work. But the rest told me, we have been looking for the opportunity. We have been looking for that time when we see real seriousness, when we understand that all those involved really are bent to go all the way to the end. And then we see an opening. That's when we're hoping to come in. So all hope is not lost. There is a lot of hope. The one who wrote the reaction, I will read that reaction. But now let's first of all do the game of figures. And this information is still from them who are in the police corps of La République du Cameroon. It is very accurate. That's why I didn't want to take time to go do the research myself. When I started talking, a good lot of them came to me by themselves to present the statistics. So they say, let's just look at the central services of the Delegation General for National Security. Of course, the Delegate General, citizen of La République du Cameroon. The Secretary General, citizen of La République du Cameroon. The Inspectors General, all citizens of La République du Cameroon. The Director of the Director de la Police des Frontières, whether you call it Frontiers Police or you call whatever, is a citizen of La République du Cameroon. The Director of the Judicial Police, citizen of La République du Cameroon. The Director of the Police Health Unit, citizen of La République du Cameroon. The Director of Human Resources, citizen of La République du Cameroon. The Director of Public Security, citizen of La République du Cameroon. The Director of, they call it Defaced, that's another thing, citizen of La République du Cameroon. The Director of Training, what they call Directeur de la Formation, citizen of La République du Cameroon. Central de Production de la CNI, that is the unit that is producing national identity cards, in charge of citizens of, is the official in charge, citizens of La République du Cameroon. Central de Transmission, that's the transmission unit, citizen of La République du Cameroon. The chargé d'études, that in all of those big units I've mentioned, all citizens of La République du Cameroon. Now, at all of these departments, there are assistants. Among the assistants are then citizens of the Southern Cameroons. Now, you have just heard this. You serve with the police corps of La République du Cameroon. You are a Southern Cameroonian. Where is your interest here? How are you considered? Who will look after your own interest? Do they consider you a human being? You only make sense when they want to use you to take you to your village community, that go and show us the shortcuts that your brothers and sisters who are fighting for freedom could be using to hide and to make it impossible for us to perpetrate ourselves in your land. That's when you become useful. You become useful. When they're telling you, go there since you can speak your dialect, go and mix in the community and try to, hear what they are saying and bring us information. That's when you are useful. Only to be used against your people. You are useful only when they are sending you to the front. They say, now that you are from what they call Northwest, let's send you to some distant village in the Southwest. Go there, you can speak English, shoot, kill. Because those people, they don't even like you. Oh, now that you are backward, now that you are backcountry, now that you are from the southwest, let's take you to the northwest. Go. You see those people now? Those people, they are the people that you don't like. Go there. That's when you become useful. You're all dulats. You're all dulats. You have the same grades like them. You are a commissioner of police, 6 stars. Your other colleague, who is a citizen of the Republic of Cameroon, is a commissioner of police too, 6 stars. But that colleague wants to defy you as a woman so that you should have favors. No respect even for your grade. Because they know that just because you are a southern Cameroonian, de facto, you have no value. De facto, you are under their feet. De facto, you have to do anything to them so you can get favors. I'm saying this because I have exchanged with women who are 6-star commissioners of police and who have their colleagues, sometimes even their classmates, their batchmates that they graduated from the police school together, who are directors and they're working under them. And the directors want them to sleep with them in order to have promotion. To sleep with them in order to have little favors, or in order to be sent on missions, or in order to be deployed to... How humiliating. That's what you are getting. I don't want to talk about an aristocracy. That one alone is something else. It's the grand finale. You are undergoing all this. And then you move around and speak bad French when you meet your people. Because you must speak bad French to feel superior over your people. And you hear them, you actually see the person's batch name, he reads Banta something. You know this Banta something, this is somebody from Dongamantung. You say, hey brother, how are you? He said, 2D quoi? With teeth that appear not to have been brushed even for the past 2 weeks. Sorry for that little kind of insult. Because when you behave in this manner, to me, you deserve no respect. Yeah. You say, no, everything then go. Hey, this one should be my brother from the southern zone. Hey, how are you? Say, moi, je n'entends pas ce que 2D, like, you actually say 2D, like. You know, these are them. The same one. You find out uncle, you say, Nasako. You say, hey, bro, say, hey, je n'entends pas ce que vous dites là. You can believe that when you speak that language, you are superior to me, and that gives you the room, therefore, to torture me, because it's also a language of torture. To torture me and extort from me. That's all what you are good for. What use are you to the communities? What use are you to the people of the southern Cameroons who have experienced in every opportunity possible? At least, I always want to refer to the studies carried out by the late venerated Christian Cardinal Toomey, because it was conducted only on the ground, only on ground zero, with all the trappings to confuse the people. But even with all that, at least 69% of your people said they want absolute independence. You are wearing uniform, working with the oppressor to block the aspirations, the wishes and aspirations of your own people. And you call yourself someone, a man of valor or a woman of valor? And yet, when you go sit in those offices where you think that you're working for the colonizers, how do? They dehumanize you. They trample on you. They squeeze you until a good lot of the time some of you come sit in the bar drinking and crying. But the next minute, you murmur some stupid phrase. Honneur et fidélité. What a shame. Let's move from that. That was at the national level. I want to go now just to the regional level. So we're still in the police corps. These statistics are just a bird's eye view to demonstrate beyond reasonable doubt why you people, sons and daughters of the southern Cameroons in uniform, serving with La République du Cameroun, should begin mobilizing for the homecoming. It's long overdue. It's long overdue. Otherwise, history will retain that you all were cowards who sat by, saw your people, children, pregnant women, being burned alive, being raped, being slaughtered with reckless abandon, being looted. You can see all those colleagues of yours who are serving in the southern Cameroons, Why they are sending you? Why you going to send you to go to the front to be killed? They are there looting, kidnapping our people and collecting ransoms. You go and check on most of them. They are building skyscrapers in their villages in the Republic du Cameroon with money extorted from your people. You are the first to stand and refer to your brothers and sisters who are resisting them, that terrorists. You should be ashamed of yourselves. But don't end at being ashamed. Do something. Let your brains begin to tick. We are getting to the end times of the beer system. What is your exit strategy? This is what we're talking about here. Let's go. Now we're still looking at the police corps. We'll look at it. We'll go region by region. And then we'll see the number of units. We'll see the number of citizens of the Republic du Cameroon that who command positions. And the number of Southern Cameroonians that who command positions. You'll just be as embarrassed as I am. And you understand where I'm coming from. You understand what I'm talking about. Far north. It's a number des unités de police. That's the number of police units. Where you have the commissariats and all that's just a police units. In the far north, there are 74 police units. 74. Of this, 72 are manned by citizens of the Republic du Cameroon. You have only 2 citizens of the Southern Cameroons that are manning any unit of the 74. So 74 units, 72 of them in the far north are manned by citizens of the Republic du Cameroon. Only 2 are manned by citizens of the Southern Cameroons. But of course, over in our land, you can see them everywhere. But we're here in the land. That's for the far north. For the northern region, there are 47 units. 47. Of these 47, 45 are manned by citizens of the Republic du Cameroon. That's in the north, with headquarters Garoua. 47 units. Of the 47, 45 are manned by citizens of the Republic du Cameroon. I mean, man, I mean that the bosses of 45 of these 47 units are citizens of the Republic du Cameroon. Under them, you can then have Southern Cameroonians thrown here and there, you know, in menial, stupid positions where they will kick them left and right at will. And there are only 2 Southern Cameroonians again. So you see, that is far north and north. 74 plus 47. The total this far for Southern Cameroonians, only 4. You go to the Adamawa region, there are 46 police units. Recall, in the far north, there were 74. 72 manned by citizens of the Republic du Cameroon, 2 manned by citizens of Southern Cameroons. In the north, 47. 45 manned by citizens of the Republic du Cameroon, 2 manned by citizens of Southern Cameroons. Now in the Adamawa, 46. All 46 of them, I mean all 46 of them, all 46 of these units in the Adamawa are manned by citizens of La République du Cameroon. For the citizens of Southern Cameroons, 0. There is not a single police unit in the Adamawa region which is manned by a citizen of the Southern Cameroons. I say 0, a big 0 like this, 0. 46 out of 46. So for the entire Grand North, that's the north, the far north, and the Adamawa, there are only 4 Southern Cameroonians manning any single police unit out of a total of 46 plus 47. 45 plus 45, 90. Plus 3, 93. So this 93, 97, 167. So out of 167 police units in the Grand North, only 4 are manned by citizens of the Southern Cameroons. So I already told you that in the Adamawa, 0. And you are moving around and calling you and talk about one and indivisible. You are moving around and calling yourself citizens of what? You are moving around and calling yourself humans. Look at you. What an embarrassment. I hold this statistic so dearly because I want to demonstrate to you beyond reasonable doubt that these boys or the voices at Atang and Jikos, the voices in the bushes, are fighting and dying for your own interest. They're fighting and dying in your interest. That I am on exile in your interest. That all those who are in jails, in the dungeons of La République du Cameroon, are prisoners of war, are prisoners of conscience, all over the place. Those who are serving life jail terms are dying for your interest. Yet, you are the first to be mobilized to torture them. What a shame. Let's continue. You think you have seen something. You haven't seen anything yet. Let's go to the east. In the east, there are 51 police units. In the east region, 51 police units. 51. Out of those 51, 51 of them are headed by citizens of La République du Cameroon. Southern Cameroonians, 0. You are watching me. You are listening to me. If you are in the east and I'm telling you a lie, please make sure you come to the comment section. Give me the unit which is manned by citizens of the Southern Cameroons and the name of the citizens of the Southern Cameroons that's manning that unit. Do that. Fact check me if I'm wrong. I'm saying in the east, that's Chantal Bia's region. No, not Chantal Bia's region. In the east, 51 police units, 0 manned by citizens of the Southern Cameroons. In the center, with headquarters, Yaoundé, center region, siège des institutions, there are 133 police units. 133 police units. 133. 133. Hold your breath. Of these 133, 125 are manned by citizens of La République du Cameroon. This is in the center region, the seat of institutions. 125 out of 133 police units are manned by citizens of La République du Cameroon. There are only 8 citizens of the Southern Cameroons that are manning a police unit in the center region. 8. Only 8. I mean 8. Okay. Then you go to the south. The south, that's Paul Bia's region. The center, that's Chantal's region, because she's from Nanga. The south, that's Paul Bia's region. In the south, there are 67 police units in the southern region, in the south region of La République du Cameroon. 67 police units. You want me to say, hold your breath? I'm sure for this one at least, everyone knows the answer already before I come. Of the 67, 67 are manned by citizens of La République du Cameroon. I mean 67 out of 67 in Paul Bia's South region are manned by citizens of La République du Cameroon. So that tells you that 0. There is 0 Southern Cameroonian manning any police unit in the South region. 0, not 1. Okay. Let's go to the littoral. That you say is very culturally diverse. In the littoral, there are 71 police units in the littoral. 71 police units in the littoral. Of these 71, 67 are manned by citizens of La République du Cameroon. 67 are manned by citizens of La République du Cameroon. Only 4, only 4 are manned by Southern Cameroonians in the littoral. Only 4 out of 71. Now, let's come home. In the Southwest, we call Southwest, there are 56 police units in the Southwest. 56 police units in the Southwest. That's in Southern Cameroon. 56. Of these 56, hold your breath, don't faint. 36 are manned by citizens of La République du Cameroon. That in the Southwest, that's in Southern Cameroons, in the land of my birth. In Southern Cameroons, the land of my birth, the land of your birth too. There are 56 police units, but 36 are manned by citizens of the south of La République du Cameroon. Only 20 are manned by Southern Cameroonians. Even in your own home turf. This is what it is. This is what we are talking about. This is what we are talking about. In their region, 0. In our region, they are still far more than us, even in our region. This is our fingers that are poking into your eyes. They're putting their fingers in your eyes and look at you and say, cough. You move around, you call yourself, yeah, I'm the policeman. Oh, I'm commissaire of police. Oh, I'm commissaire divisionnaire. I'm senior superintendent of police. Oh, I'm nonsense. Rubbish. Look at that. Right in your homeland. Let's continue. It's even getting worse. In the West region, that's next to us there, in the West region, with headquarters in Bafusa, there are 50 police units in the West region. 50. 50, yeah? That is 6 less than in the Southwest. You know why? Because what we deserve more are people in uniform. Because they need to come there to make sure they're protecting their ability to extort our resources. So in the West, there are 50 police units in the West. Of course, 47 of them are manned by citizens of La République du Cameroon. 3 are manned by Southern Cameroonians in the West region. Out of 50, 47 are manned by citizens of La République du Cameroon. Only 3 are manned by Southern Cameroonians. And then now, finally, the finale, in the place they call Northwest, in the Northwest, in Grafila, there are 48 police units. 48 police units. 48. Yeah. Of those 48, 33. I just say hold your breath. 33 are manned by citizens of La République du Cameroon. I mean in the land of my birth. 33 are manned by citizens of La République du Cameroon. Only 15 are manned by Southern Cameroonians. That is in Southern Cameroons. So look at it. So for the entire Southern Cameroons, you have 56 plus 48. That gives you 50 plus 40, 90, plus 14, 104. That gives you 104. So out of 104 police units in the entire Southern Cameroons, out of 104, only 35 are manned by Southern Cameroonians. The rest are manned by citizens of La République du Cameroon. So I've given you the number of regions where there's not a single Southern Cameroonian manning a police unit. I've talked of the South, 0. I've talked of the East, 0. I've talked of the Adamawa, 0. 3. You are sitting there talking nonsense about one and indivisible. You are sitting there insulting and calling your own brothers and sisters who are fighting to free you. You are calling them terrorists. You are sitting there calling people like me, the pro-independentists, calling me a separatist. You have called all of us all kinds of names. But look at how they are treating you. Look at how they are ridiculing you. Look at how they are making a fool of you. So let me come here. This is the text sent to me by one of you. And he says, hey, Mr. Akuro, permit me say what the real problem of the Anglophones is. Let me read it exactly as is. I'll use his terms. Anglophones are on the measure part so fearful. Did you hear that? This is one of you in uniform. This one is a senior superintendent of police. A senior superintendent of police. I'll not give his name. But he's saying here. He's saying here. You can't see it written here. I don't want to turn because I don't want you to see his name. He's saying here. Anglophones on the measure part so fearful. This is why many do not speak out for fear of the after results. That's number one. Number two, Anglophones are to the most interest-based. Are you hearing? This is a dissection of the situation by a police superintendent, a senior superintendent of police. Yeah. He sat with other superintendents of police and senior superintendents of police. They come through all the fights in Yaoundé to bring this to me. No, this one was not one of them. This one only listened and came to react. He listened to the first call I made. When I announced I was going to come out with these statistics, he sent this reaction in anticipation. This reaction was sent today at 1:18 p.m. Eastern Time, Eastern Daylight Time. At that time, it should have been 6:18 p.m. Central African Time or West African Time. So, number two, he says, Anglophones are to the most interest-based. This explains why, when there is an initiative to fight the ills, most initiators are quickly pointed out as instigators and tagged foreigners creating disorder on an initial peaceful land. This is, I'm not saying it, I'm reading. Number three, for selfish interest, many declare that there does not even exist anything called Anglophone problem. It says, for selfish interest, because some have posts of assistant, first assistant commissioner of police, or first assistant commissar, the commissariat, or third assistant, or this and that, or chief of service of this, or assistant director of that. So, because to protect that little position, they say there's even no such thing as a Southern Cameroon question. There's such persons take tip-ups from opposite camp and dissociate themselves from unnecessary revendication. I'm reading just these words. 4. Some minority are not informed and care not to be informed. Yes, there are some in the place in the armed forces of the Republic of Cameroon who are not even informed, but they decide not to be informed. I even have my classmate in high school who's in the armed forces of La République du Cameroun, who says he hates to even hear that word Ambazouina. He can slaughter anyone mentions that word by him. I understand him. Because I reason to his rank of chief warrant officer, called that adjutant chef, but he's on top of the world. This lacking disconnect these ones from ever contributing in their own mega way to helping out or to helping our cry. Number 5, say many Anglophones want a better life, but are not courageous to take the bull by the horn. These ones wait for others to challenge the obstacles, and they come in only to enjoy. This is true. It's not true only for those who are in the armed forces of La République du Cameroun. It's true for a lot of our people. They are free riders in the quest for freedom, just expecting that others will fight, get all the insults from them, get all the ridicules, get all the attacks and all that, and in the end, so they can come and have freedom. You need to stand up and fight for your rights. Number 6 says, it is no secret that in Cameroon, there are only 2 regions for the Anglophones. Out of the 2 regions, only one region suffers in righting the wrongs, while the other region occupies most white-collar jobs and juicy positions. I don't want to get into the nitty-gritties of this, because of course I've spoken about this before. This is part of the antics of La République du Cameroun to try and push for a kind of divide and rule in our midst, so that they are easy to fragment us and conquer us. We, the children of the Southern Cameroons, are one people, one nation, one destiny, and we will fight together all the way to the end. And it says, if we all open our eyes and engage in our little ways, it will go better for us. But if we embrace hypocrisy like the Atanganji, that there is no Anglophone problems, or the Ashunyentis, who say Bia is a blessing to Cameroon, our greatest marksman, a captain, that we all can go to sleep while he's on the boat. My people, our cry is forever. And then he concludes, I was just passing by. Sorry for the interruption. Bro, you're not interrupting me. You are contributing your quota. Our people are listening. Our people are paying attention. Our people are factoring this into that quest for the full kind of determination that will ride us to the shores of freedom. My dear people, I'm sorry this has been a bit long, but these statistics are important. They are necessary. Share this video. Share it with all your might. Let this video get to every single member of the Southern Cameroons who's in the armed forces of La République du Cameroon. Today is police we're talking about. The next time I'll come with the gendarmerie. The next time I'll come with the infantry. I'll come with the air force. I'll come with everything. These statistics are important for us so that our people know that I'm not just talking blah, 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 blah when I come and talk here. There is no one that is better up. In the eyes of the people of La République du Cameroon, we are all nincompoops. We are all second-rate citizens. We are not even full-blown humans. My dear people, we must rise up from our slumber. And we must stand firm to fight for that which we believe in. Thank you so much for your very kind attention. Make sure you share this video. Share it as if that's the only thing you need to do this week. To God be all the glory.